Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 2022 Great Lakes Collegiate Open presented by Great Lakes Discs. We're out here in South Haven, Michigan at Lake Arvesta Disc Golf Course and Eagle Wings Disc Golf Course design. Now, this course is really remarkable. A lot of over-the-water shots, and today we're going to be playing some college disc golf.
So, Dan, can you tell me a bit about the format of this tournament?
Yeah, so what college disc golf is we're going to be doing what's called rotating doubles. And what that involves is you're going to have teams of 4. Today we're going to be looking at Illinois A and Cincinnati A. And they're going to each bring their best 4 guys out to this tournament. And they're going to be playing what's called rotating doubles, as I said. So you're going to have one pair of that group of 4 both shoot. And just like doubles, you're going to take your best shot. And then instead of the same pair throwing from that lie, the alternate pair will throw from there and then take the best lie. So on Illinois' team, we've got myself, Daniel Dravet, and my good friend Jonathan Klein.
Looking good, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
The hair is
I love the good hair flip. And we've got Trevor twirling his disc. What a stud. Trevor and Ryan. Ryan absolutely hucks those Frisbees. Furthest thrown guy on the team. Over here, we've got Jacob and we've got Calvin. Jacob, a lefty, which is really advantageous in this, getting all those different types of shots. We've also got Bradley Caldwell and Tanner Young, both with some really, really great forehands, as you're going to be able to see throughout this round. I don't know what they're...
It's a good pose.
Yeah, it's a good pose, for sure. Starting off, we've got hole 1. It's going to be a 690-foot par 4. Obviously, you can see this is a huge water carry, and you're going to want to be throwing a disc kind of out there flat on hyzer that's just going to end and bank off to the left of that shore, and then you're going to have a pretty tricky approach into this really guarded green. Players are going to want to probably be throwing, as I said, hyzer off the tee, and a lot of times it's going to be hyzer in with that wind being really strong today. First up, we got Trevor.
Flipping up, and it's looking like pretty solid drive.
Long as it
out.
gets in bounds, and that's going to be a good shot. That's nice. A good shot for sure. So now with the doubles format, that really gives Ryan here the green light to
just go for it.
Yeah, really yak that Frisbee. And he just does just that. Look at that thing. Look at how that kind of just flips up and...
Good skip.
Yeah.
There it is.
Putting us in a good spot for sure to start off. All right. Jacob Johnston here. He is the lefty, so he's going to be playing this a little differently. Is that not a terrifying lefty hole right there?
That is pretty dangerous.
Yeah. He's got to put it out real wide, but that's going to be a fine spot.
Yeah.
And we've got Caldwell. This guy, I mean... He demolishes Frisbees. Look at that. He's even getting that turn out of it.
Yep.
That turn's real dangerous with that water, but I mean,
look
at that distance.
It sticks.
Yeah. I want to say it's a little ahead of Ryan's. Or no, looks like Ryan's was a little further.
Sidearm approach.
Just hit that tree.
Yep.
Brutal. Another sidearm approach here. And that looks a little better.
Oh, just hit the trunk, but it's going to be right outside
that's
circle.
That's a putt for sure.
Yeah.
Well within their range. Jonathan here with the approach.
Good
That's
skip.
tough.
Ooh.
That's tough. Yeah, that log was brutal.
Play, yeah.
You'd want some of that ground play. Myself with the approach as well. Kind of trying to learn from that, put it in the air a bit more, and not my best effort.
Yeah, that could not fight through.
No, not through an entire tree.
That, I couldn't do that myself. So.
No, but sometimes you got to hope.
Yeah.
Ryan with the short up here.
Oh, no.
That's tough.
That is tough.
That is a tough one. Trevor, this guy, like I said, I have not seen this guy miss a gap. He's very, very experienced. He's been playing for a good few years now, but this is actually the first time he's, not this tournament specifically, but earlier in the fall was the first time he made his emergence on the tournament scene.
Oh, man.
Yeah, really great player, a lot of experience, very controlled is what I'd say. Jacob with the putt. It's going to be a little low.
Tough putt with the branches there.
Yeah.
Got to give it enough power, but
Calvin
keep that height. Ooh. A bit of a rollout, but they should be able to clean that up.
Yeah. And yeah, it looks like tap-ins. So starting off with 2 pars, not the worst score on hole 1. Obviously, everyone's kind of looking to get that birdie, but can't complain. Aidan, what are we doing here on hole 2?
So on hole 2, we got a 565-foot par 4 right on through the woods. You're really just going to want to go as straight as you can for as long as possible here. The fairway obviously has all these trees scattered throughout. So you're really just going to throw it along as far as you can straight. And along this second part, you're really just trying to throw as far as you can and just have a short scramble on into the basket here.
Yeah, it's one of those tougher shots where it's like you're not really seeing a very clear landing zone. So it's like if you get down there, you're just hoping that you're going to have some.
Yeah, just throw and hope.
Klein on the tee, and that is up, and that is looking good.
That is looking real good.
And as you said, straight as he can.
Beautiful.
And he's kind of getting up by that white pin. We're playing to the blue pins today, but any shots you're seeing get to the white pins on these par 4s is going to be, a more than manageable approach for these guys. Myself on the tee, and that's a bit left.
Getting down, yeah.
Yeah, didn't give it the height, but looks like we're going to be going with Jonathan's on that one. Whipping out the forehand here. Looks good. Oof. No, that's definitely a good kick in the right direction.
Tree direction right there.
That's what I'm talking about. See the backhand here, and that is looking pretty good.
And it does get through.
Yeah, 2 shots. Those look to be around the same spot, so we'll see what they go with. I want to say that was the first one. We've got Calvin with this approach, going way down there at that blue basket that's kind of hanging. Not too bad.
Yeah.
It's definitely a tough hole where you've got obviously you got to get through that tunnel, and then this approach is tricky with that slope being there. All those discs kind of seem to want to filter down there, and you're kind of left with these really tricky uphill putts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that hits the tree as well.
That's a tough one.
So how were the wind conditions throughout? Were they pretty up and down?
It was nasty. It was a rough day. It was a 2-day tournament, and day 1. This is day 2. Day 1 was even more brutal. Even par on this course was coming out to 991.
Oh wow!
So that is quite the feat to stay clean. And
spit out right there.
And I'll tell you, we're not gonna be only seeing that spit out today.
Yeah.
With the wind and these baskets, these baskets,
oh man,
they've got a lot of chains in the center, but left or right, and you're not looking too good. Myself for the birdie putt. Catch that one.
Beautiful.
Very, very good to get the first birdie of the round. Feels like high fives around, getting the round going in the right way.
Cincinnati going to tap that in for the par.
And it is going to be a 2-stroke lead off the bat for Illinois. So not feeling too bad. Hole 3, it's a par 4, 499 feet. You've got this really tight gap, and we're not playing to that pin because we're playing those blue pins today. So you've kind of got the choice to lay up before that or try and get across so that your approach for this basket is just a little bit easier. And that basket's going to be right over here, but that creek kind of in the middle is looming and really likes to catch those discs. Trevor.
Oh,
he's going to hit early. And that's going to be back there. Not where you want to be.
It was really one of the first trees you could hit.
Yeah. Gets through a little high. And it also knocks one.
Yeah. Late tree.
This is one of those really, really tough holes. Yeah. And honestly, the tougher version of it is the shorter pin where you play it as a par 3, and it's ridiculous to try and get there across in one. Jacob getting a little left on that, hitting a tree. Calvin to get him across.
A bit left and does kick down there, right to the right.
And that should just show you how difficult this hole is. When you've got 4 guys, no one getting out of the gap that clean, it's a tough gap to hit. We got Jonathan throwing out there, trying to just give us a good par save. Yeah. I wanted to try and give him another option by trying to get to that right side, so I snuck a forehand through there. Not my best, but it was definitely able to get through for a decently clear up shot. That's going to be, close, but that is going to be tough in that rough
tough
there.
Spot right there.
Yeah, definitely. To try and get a little closer. That's up. Hit a little early.
It's fighting through.
Yeah.
Gonna be right on that slope as well.
Yeah, a little deeper in there. So we ended up going with my shot, that little forehand out, and Ryan likes this. Ryan likes going with the forehand. That slope kind of got us.
Yeah.
We forgot about that slope a little bit, so that definitely leaked a bit further than we had wanted it to.
See
Trevor
if we can get closer.
Just flips over a bit.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's tough to put it near the basket with this slopes on both sides.
Yeah, it's that the headwind that's lifting the discs combined with that slope that kind of makes it felt like impossible that day, honestly. Johnston with the approach. That's quality right there.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Great.
What's going on? Oh, and that's the P. McBee signature on that disc.
Nice.
No wonder that thing's under the basket. Klein with the putt. About circle's edge.
Ooh.
Just cages it.
Just low.
Yeah. Want to say this is for par right now. And was able to tickle the chain a little bit, but tough bogey, but honestly, with that birdie before and with this being a tough hole, weren't too bad mentally. So it's a good putt, good cleanup. Ryan tapping it in.
Great Lakes Disc, located in Grand Rapids, Michigan, is a fully stocked retail disc golf store that fulfills all of your disc golf needs. We carry all of the major manufacturers, accessories, and offer player and event sponsorship, along with tournament payout assistance. To learn more about Great Lakes Disc, visit greatlakesdisc.com.
We're going to be moving on here to hole 4. This is a par 5, 1,024 feet. This one is kind of a monster, and you see the drone kind of going through this gap. There is another gap to the right that you are going to see be played, but ideally your first shot is landing kind of right about here, and you see how you've got that gap right here. Ideally, if you can get down that gap, that is fantastic, but what a lot of this hole does turn into is kind of just hyzers over the trees, because it's, these landing zones are really tough, and what the drone isn't showing, but you will see in just a second, is a big body of water off to the right, and with the woods off to the left, it almost feels like a bit of natural OB going on. You definitely don't want to be in there.
Yep.
All right, Cincinnati, here we go. Going up that straight gap.
Flipping up.
Looking all right. Yeah.
Yep, not too bad.
It's going to be out there. And then, so you're going to get to see this right gap here. Not too bad. You kind of just got to put it, just like that, nice and high. Definitely want it hyzering the whole way. And that, I think, landed right down there where the other boys are. Klein going for the straight gap.
A little low.
That's going to be tough.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough with those trees blocked there. And just like the other team, we're kind of trying to give ourselves some options here, because it definitely has two different lies. So I put it up. It's looking good. Hard to see a little bit right now. And yeah, that comes down right there.
Yeah.
Trevor with the hyzer. Carrying it over the water. Very risky.
OB for Illinois.
Not what you want to see. So Ryan then, obviously, kind of electing more safe here, but it's tough because with that wind, then you play really safe and you're kind of cheating yourself of some distance. But we're still going to have a shot, I'd say an outside look at birdie, but, a manageable par save. What a tough shot that is as a lefty.
Yes, no kidding.
With your disc fading towards the water and having to control that angle, that is tough.
That was great, though.
Whew. Look at it. His reach back is just, isn't that something else? He gets his whole body into that.
That is just crushed.
Wow, that is fantastic. All right, here we are. And something to note about this shot is that we're on a bit of a hill here, and I think that slope kind of got Jonathan there. Sometimes it just kind of messes with your angles.
Bit of a misfire.
Yeah, so I noted that, tried to keep that in mind a bit more. And yeah, I was able to hit that. I did dink the tree a bit.
Not bad, though.
Yeah, not playing to that basket, but that is going to set up a very manageable approach for Trevor and Ryan there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That is crushed as well. Not all the skip you could get, but that is great.
Yeah, you can't complain when that's for birdie on this hole. And these winds and with that water looming. Tristan with the forehand. That is digging into the ground just a bit. Going to be going with that first one. Little low from Ryan, but that's manageable for sure.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
There you go.
And when Trevor throws, it just looks effortless to me. You know, he has that very clean reach back and just one fluid motion. The putt.
Oh, just
man.
high.
Calvin collecting himself. Putt is up and just doinks
low.
it. Yeah.
Man.
That's tough. Looks like it's going to be a par for them, and as long as we can sink this one.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a spit out to
I was hitting at that. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it was a little left, but so that makes this a really nervy putt for him, because it's like you don't want to be taking a bogey and
there you go.
Yeah. Jonathan able to collect the nerves, cash that putt. Tap in for Cincinnati, and that's going to bring us on to hole 5. What do we got here?
Alrighty, hole 5 is a 370-foot par 3 island hole, and the basket is actually placed along the coast in this sand area right here. Yep. And but that kind of limits the amount of ground play you can really have. So you're really just trying to fully commit and stick the disc right in the sand right there.
And unfortunately, the lefty is teeing off on this one,
boy.
so he's kind of got to go this massive hyzer around the whole island, which is very tough to get to the pin, but it does give Calvin kind of the green light because that's going to be safe either way.
Yep.
Looks good.
Nice.
Yeah, and that'll give him a look.
Yeah.
I'm sure that is something they're going to want to be cashing with 4 pars in a row. Definitely looking to get on the board at this point.
Yep.
Yeah, Trevor getting us a good look as well.
Oh, it's looking. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, and it almost gave it
off the dock.
Yeah, and that I'd say that was giving it a little run.
Wow.
You know?
That is something.
Yeah, let's
I
see
don't
that
know if
again.
I've ever seen before. What are the chances of that?
Look at that. The crew view.
The follow flight crew view.
The crew view, man.
Beautiful.
Look at that, and look at how happy he is there. Look at that
yeah.
jump for joy.
That is incredible.
That's so good to see. Oh man, another angle.
We could just keep watching.
I was gonna
this
watch this
over
all
and
day,
over.
man. Look, oh man,
beautiful.
now look at that.
Camera
Oh,
operator
that is
really
something.
doing a good job. there,
Yeah,
getting-
I'd be a little scared at that point, you know. I wouldn't want to get hit by
Not
a
expecting
frisbee
to
by
come
that
and play
guy.
when you're standing on that dock.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can put it in for the birdie.
Oh,
man.
Yeah. And it's brutal because it's wasting no time.
Oh boy.
Also dinking it off. It's just brutal because a lot of them, you know, they're not full spit outs, but it's like, you know, it had a good chance at catching on a chain star or something. Klein dinks it a bit off the
Little
top.
high.
Myself coming in here.
A beautiful putt.
Yeah, right on the
There it
stripe.
is.
Definitely a momentum booster, you know, because after
Absolutely.
that, the birdie bogey, you know,
Mm-hmm.
another par from Cincinnati, putting it at 5-3. But it's also important to note that there are many other teams charging today. Up there on the leaderboard, you know, you had Ferris State, you had Iowa, you had Ferris State's A team and their B team, which is, I mean, truly quite impressive to have not only your top 4, but the next 4 players also be able to make it on the board. So shout out to them for having that depth of a talent pool.
Yeah.
It's hole 6, par 4, 715 feet. Just as you saw earlier, you're going to want to clear that water and then have this very tricky green with that elevated basket that has been known to screw with us Illinois players. Not much elevation here. Klein with the tee shot. It's looking fantastic.
Yeah, it's crushed.
Myself trying to do that. Maybe a little farther if I can.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, not a bad place to be. Little low.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of those when you feel like you throw that shot, you feel like it just kind of fell out of your hand.
Yeah.
That's kind of what that one looked like a bit. Tanner.
Wind's kind of pushing that down a bit,
Yeah.
but it is going to get some
Yeah.
ground play.
Important thing is they're in bounds.
Yeah.
This approach, this is quite the lengthy approach, and it's definitely uphill. So this is, look at that.
Man.
Yeah.
Crushed.
No, that's sneakily one of his better shots of the tournament right there. I mean, you know, definitely left it a little short, but that is tough to execute.
Yeah.
Calvin, that up shot. Not really. Oh, wow. That was far.
Wow.
Yeah, he crushed that. Really tough to predict what the discs are going to do in this wind.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor a bit left. Oof. Stuck in that pine.
And it's going to roll and stop right there.
Yeah, not a bad lie. You know, you wouldn't want to be in that pine for sure. Ryan Anheuser out of the hand, hoping that flexes out. And unfortunately, it kind of just keeps going.
Yeah.
There was some debate as to if that road was in or out of bounds, but luckily it was inbounds, so no out of bounds penalties here. Klein with the upshot, throwing the berg. That's going to put him right there.
Yeah. Perfect.
So I was kind of just with this trying to get it on top of there. I mean, what more can you do other than a throw in? And it's all right, but yeah, Klein's is going to be a little closer.
Alrighty.
Bradley with the putt. And it's just going to be a layup. Smart choice.
Yep.
Giving Tanner the green light.
See if he can put this in. Oh,
Oh,
that
man.
wind is just
Wasn't that interesting?
brutal,
You see how he just put it up there, and like you expected that to fall a bit. Short but tricky putt.
Ooh.
Yeah, those are tough ones.
Yeah, and that roll too. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
But he's still got to run that. He can't.
Yeah.
And that's
Oh,
that's
my
a
goodness.
brutal bogey for us.
Yeah, that is too bad.
It's definitely good to get the birdie before it, so it kind of nulls it out. But really, really hard for us to get our momentum going. Awkward lie there.
Tap in bogey.
Yeah. Yeah. So for the round, that's gonna put both us and Cincy at even par for the round. So what's going on here at hole 7?
So hole 7 is a 598-foot par 4, and there's going to be out of bounds right over the path to the right over here. Your only option is a hyzer off the tee that dumps to the left of the woods. From there, it's just another one of those scramble shots trying to put it close to the basket, really.
Yep. Definitely a gettable par 4. Well, for these guys, I'd say most of them are gettable. I say these guys as if I'm not
One of them.
but yeah, but I've got. I guess this one won't just be the normal hyzer because he's a lefty, but
Yeah.
does he? I think he does just go. Yeah, that is an extremely difficult shot in this wind to try and
Yeah.
force an anhyzer where it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and that's going to be out of bounds,
Yikes.
but tough shot for him.
Yeah.
Calvin on the tee. Whew.
That is absolutely crushed.
Yeah, mashed potatoes right there. Yeah, and that's prime time right there.
Yeah.
Ryan looking to really rip on this. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Right on the side of that hill there. Us giving Trevor the green light there. And that is going to be out of bounds, but doesn't really matter.
Yep.
You gotta you see a lot of shots like that in college after one guy kind of does something that's pretty safe or pretty good. The other guy just does.
Yeah.
In some cases, you see some stupid shots, but that's where a lot of the fun comes. Great approach by Jonathan there, putting us circle 2. I want to say myself, and that's a bad shot right there.
Not your best effort, but
Not my best effort. It's okay. You can call my shots. It's fine. We're friends, but
Yeah.
you got to keep it real with me. Forehand in. Doesn't that just look so smooth?
That was real nice.
Yeah, it is nice. Little short, but that's manageable for sure.
Cincinnati really trying to get on the board here. Still, that par streak is going strong.
Which one would you prefer? Would you prefer having 2 birdies and 2 bogeys, or just like 6 pars?
I feel like the former, because I feel like once you at least have a couple birdies, that's a beautiful putt.
Once you've got the birdies, you can birdie.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just trying to clean it up, and that's kind of where our mentality was.
Yeah. But when you got that par streak going, you're really fighting just to have a single
Have
birdie.
anything on the board,
exactly.
yeah. Short putt here. It's gonna be a little left. It's not that short. I shouldn't have said short. That is a tough putt.
So you can put this in.
Yeah, and he doesn't miss those.
Absolutely.
Yeah. 998 player. Played a lot of tournaments. Very experienced. I was fortunate enough to get to play my singles round with him on the other day. So Learned a lot. Always trying to pick up tips from those guys that are, 990, 980, really up there. Here we are, hole 8, par 4, 785 feet. One of the harder holes on the course. I mean, any par 4 that's above that 700 mark, you're really putting some yak on the disc for both of those shots. So you're gonna want to get out that gap and kind of get into that field right before this one, and then after this one, you have kind of a sky shot or whatever you can really get, because there's plenty of trees in the way, but there's a lot of room up top. And then you got this basket kind of just tucked right way down here.
Looking slow-mo.
Oh, yeah.
Basket right there.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
No, and this whole course is beautiful, honestly. Like, there's just a lot of beauty out here.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. He pipes it.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Little awkward lie there.
Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate. Let's see. And then, if you look at this, there is that right hyzer gap there where you can kind of go to the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And you are flirting with that out of bounds there, but he gets that good little kick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Klein on the tee. Yeah.
Really solid.
Yeah. Definitely going to have those bushes there to contest with. Have to go to the left of those. So I'm trying to put this one a bit more to the left to try and give us some options. I just shanked it, though.
Oh, no.
So,
buddy.
not the options they wanted.
No.
So they're kind of in an interesting situation where they're kind of playing the hole to the outside. They're not really playing the intended fairway, which on a lot of these holes is an okay option. That's another really tough lefty shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a bit more cut off than we want it to be on this one. Got Ryan going up, putting some anhyzer on that.
Yeah.
Unable to hold it, though.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So we're going to be right near that white basket, but that is not really where we want to be on our second shot.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor going to be attempting something similar here. That was just a little early for him. Yeah, so we're not loving the spot we're at. Tried to go up high around that tree. Wasn't able to get it. Jonathan's going to try the same thing. That forehand up and over.
Did get through. Yep.
Did get through. Be a manageable upshot for us. However, Cincinnati kind of playing the hole with that alternate fairway has this pretty open up for par, which can't complain about on a hole like this. Another forehand. Yeah, Bradley and Tanner, both big forehand players. Fantastic at it. They've got the touch. They've got the power. Ryan with a little approach here.
Oh, beautiful.
It's a good shot. It's interesting. Illinois is, you'll see Trevor with the forehand here. But for the most part, we're not that forehand dominant, you know. Ryan's got a super boomer of a forehand. Jonathan has a fantastic forehand. He just doesn't use it as much. But it's there for sure. But then me and Trevor definitely lacking in that area. But that's kind of where you see the strategic split of those teams. So definitely something more to think about in college.
Good par save there from Cincinnati and a tap-in bogey for Illinois.
Yeah. Tell us about hole 9.
Hole 9 is a very sneaky par 3 coming in at just 206 feet. There's going to be out of bounds long and left. And not to mention the elevated and protected basket making putting very difficult here. It's a pretty interesting spot for the basket right there.
Yeah, they like doing little I don't want to say I wanted to say gimmicky stuff, but I honestly I think gimmicky kind of gives it like a bad connotation to it. But like, you know, honestly, I appreciate any sort of flair. We'll call it flair. Ooh, sorry, I just bumped the mic there. Any sort of flair that like you can add on a course, especially for these college tournaments. Like it's just a blast, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh.
Oh my.
Yeah, but that's actually going to be out of bounds long. So with 2 out of bounds shots, they're going to have to go to the drop zone. Drop zone decently forgiving here. Just a 30-foot putt, but on that basket, that can go very poorly.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to burp there.
That's all right. Happens to the best of us.
It happens to the best of us. Ryan with the forehand, looking all right, giving us a very obstructed look with the tree in the way there. And that's going to be,
it's
going to be
right
fantastic.
There.
So, yeah, here's that drop zone putt. Really nervy because you miss it all and you could roll straight up out of bounds and have to do it again.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's clutch. That's gonna conclude Cincinnati's front 9 with 1 under, 1 birdie, rest of them pars. A clean round for them. Definitely got to say. Clean front 9.
Yep. Couldn't quite make it there with your putt.
Yeah.
See if you can make it the correction.
And
no.
It was tough with that branch, obviously, but another one of these, and he gets it this time.
There
We love
it
to
is.
see that.
Absolutely.
So it looks like that is going to do it for the front 9 of the 2022 Great Lakes Collegiate Open. As you can see, Illinois and Cincinnati both tied here at 4 down now at this point. With Illinois only having that par round, 3 bogeys, 3 birdies, 3 pars. So that's, you know,
looking like some Christmas lights if I've ever seen.
That's looking like some Christmas lights. That's darn right there. Thanks to the Patreon family.
Absolutely.
Big Time Jim, Brock Way, Will Ferris.
Will Ferrell's here?
No, Will Ferris.
Too bad.
Matt Jackson, Andrew Marweed. I played with him.